If you're over 60 and taking magnesium with vitamin D3 and K2, stop what you're doing right now. What I'm about to tell you could save your life. Last month, a 67-year-old woman collapsed in my office. Her heart was beating irregularly. Her blood pressure had dropped dangerously low. She was confused and couldn't form complete sentences. When I asked what supplements she was taking, she pulled out 3 bottles: Magnesium Glycinate, vitamin D3, vitamin K2, the same 3 supplements everyone is telling people over 60 to take together. She thought she was protecting her bones, strengthening her heart, preventing osteoporosis. She had no idea these 3 supplements, taken the wrong way, were slowly poisoning her. And she's not alone. I see this almost every week now. People walk into my office thinking they're doing everything right. They've read the articles, they've watched the videos, they've followed the advice. But nobody warned them about what actually happens inside your body when you combine these 3 supplements after 60. Nobody explained the silent damage that's building while you feel completely fine. Today, I'm going to be the person who tells you the truth, the whole truth, because you deserve to know what's really happening inside your body right now. Let me be absolutely clear about something first. I'm not telling you that magnesium glycinate, vitamin D3, or vitamin K2 are bad. They're not. All 3 are incredibly important nutrients. Most people over 60 are genuinely deficient in at least one of them. The problem isn't the supplements themselves. The problem is how you're taking them, when you're taking them, how much you're taking, and what medications you're combining them with. That's where the danger lives, and almost nobody is talking about it. Let me show you exactly what's happening inside your body right now if you're taking this combination. First, let's talk about magnesium glycinate. It's the most popular form of magnesium because it's highly absorbable and doesn't upset your stomach like other forms do. It helps you sleep better, reduces anxiety, stops those painful muscle cramps in your legs at night. Sounds perfect, right? Here's what they don't tell you. After 60, your kidneys are not working the same way they did when you were 30. Even if you've never been diagnosed with kidney disease, even if your doctor says your kidneys are fine, your kidney function naturally declines with age. It happens to everyone. By age 70, most people have lost 30 to 40% of their kidney function compared to when they were young. Why does this matter? Because magnesium is primarily filtered and excreted through your kidneys. When your kidneys slow down and you're taking supplemental magnesium every single day, that magnesium starts accumulating in your blood. This is called hypermagnesemia, excess magnesium in your bloodstream. The early symptoms are subtle, so subtle that most people dismiss them completely. You might feel nauseous occasionally. Your face might flush for no reason. You might feel mentally foggy or confused. You blame it on getting older. You think it's just stress. You never connect it to the magnesium supplement you're taking every night. But as the magnesium continues building up, the symptoms get worse. Your blood pressure drops. Your heart rhythm becomes irregular. You feel weak and dizzy. In severe cases, it can stop your heart completely. Now let's add vitamin D3 to this equation. Your doctor probably told you to take vitamin D3. Most doctors recommend it because vitamin D deficiency is epidemic among older adults. And they're right. Most people over 60 are deficient. Vitamin D3 is critical for bone health, immune function, and mood regulation. But here's what happens when you take it. Vitamin D3 dramatically increases calcium absorption in your intestines. Under normal circumstances, that's exactly what you want. You need calcium for strong bones. But when you take high doses of D3, especially doses above 2,000 IU daily, you can end up absorbing far more calcium than your body actually needs. And when there's too much calcium floating around in your bloodstream, it has to go somewhere. If it doesn't get directed to your bones where it belongs, it starts depositing in places it shouldn't be. Your arteries, your heart valves, your kidneys, even the soft tissues throughout your body. This is called vascular calcification. Your arteries literally become harder and stiffer, like old pipes clogging up with mineral deposits. And vascular calcification is one of the leading contributors to heart attacks and strokes in people over 60. You might be thinking, wait, isn't that why we take vitamin K2? To prevent that exact problem? You're absolutely right. That's exactly what vitamin K2 is supposed to do. Let me explain how it works. Vitamin K2 activates proteins in your body called matrix GLA proteins. These proteins act like traffic directors for calcium. They pull calcium into your bones and teeth where you need it, and they keep calcium out of your arteries and soft tissues where you don't want it. In theory, taking vitamin D3 and K2 together creates this beautiful system. D3 helps you absorb calcium. K2 makes sure that calcium goes to the right places. It sounds perfect. And for some people, it works exactly like that. But for people over 60, especially people on certain medications, this combination can become extremely dangerous. Here's why. If you're taking blood-thinning medication like warfarin, vitamin K2 directly interferes with how that medication works. Warfarin blocks vitamin K to prevent blood clots. When you take vitamin K2 supplements, you're essentially fighting against your medication. This destabilizes your INR levels. That's the measurement doctors use to monitor how well warfarin is working. When your INR becomes unstable, you're suddenly at serious risk for either dangerous blood clots or uncontrolled bleeding. I've had patients end up in the emergency room because nobody told them vitamin K2 could interfere with their blood thinner. They thought they were being healthy. They were actually putting themselves in danger. But even if you're not on blood thinners, there's still a massive problem when you combine all three of these supplements together. Let me walk you through what's happening inside your body right now if you're taking magnesium, D3, and K2 together. Magnesium is required for vitamin D to actually work in your body. Your body can't activate vitamin D without adequate magnesium. So when you take magnesium supplements, you're making your vitamin D significantly more effective. More effective vitamin D means more calcium absorption from your food, potentially a lot more. Now, if your vitamin K2 is doing its job perfectly, directing all that extra calcium into your bones, you're fine. But here's the problem. Most people aren't taking enough K2 to handle the massive increase in calcium absorption that high-dose D3 creates, especially when magnesium is supercharging the D3. You end up with excess calcium floating through your bloodstream with nowhere safe to go. And remember, you feel completely fine while this is happening. Calcium buildup in your arteries doesn't hurt. It's completely silent. You don't know it's happening until you have a heart attack or stroke. That woman I told you about at the beginning, the one who collapsed in my office, her calcium levels were through the roof. Her magnesium had accumulated to dangerous levels because her kidney function had declined and nobody was monitoring it. She thought she was preventing osteoporosis. She was actually calcifying her arteries and overwhelming her kidneys, and she felt fine right up until the day she didn't. So what should you do? Should you throw these supplements in the trash and never take them again? Absolutely not. That's not what I'm saying. What I'm saying is that you must be strategic, you must be informed, and you must get your levels tested before and during supplementation. Here's exactly what you need to do. First, before you take another dose of these supplements, you need blood work. Not someday, not when you get around to it. Before your next dose, you need to see your actual serum magnesium level. You need a 25-hydroxy vitamin D test to see where your D levels actually are. You need a comprehensive metabolic panel to check your kidney function and your calcium levels. Without these baseline numbers, you are flying completely blind. You have no idea if you're deficient, sufficient, or accumulating dangerous levels. Most people never get tested. They just start taking supplements because someone told them to. They have no idea what their actual levels are. They're guessing, and guessing with supplements after 60 can be deadly. Once you have those numbers, here's the safe protocol. For magnesium glycinate, if you're truly deficient, start with a conservative dose, usually around 200 milligrams, not 400, not 600. Start low. Take it in the evening, about an hour before bed. Magnesium has a calming effect that helps with sleep. But more importantly, taking it separately from your other supplements prevents it from competing with calcium absorption from your meals. For vitamin D3, your goal isn't to take as much as possible. Your goal is to get your blood level into the optimal range. That range is between 40 and 60 nanograms per milliliter. Not 80, not 100. Some people think higher is better. It's not. Above 60, you start increasing your risk of excessive calcium absorption without any additional benefit. Most people need between 2,000 and 4,000 IU of D3 daily to maintain that range. But the only way to know what you specifically need is to test your levels every 3 to 6 months and adjust your dose accordingly. For vitamin K2, if you're not on blood thinners and your doctor confirms it's safe for you, 100 to 200 micrograms of the MK7 form is generally sufficient. MK7 stays active in your body longer than other forms, so you get more consistent calcium management throughout the day. Now here's something critical about timing that almost nobody talks about. Vitamin D3 and K2 are both fat-soluble vitamins. That means they need dietary fat to be absorbed properly. If you take them on an empty stomach, you're wasting most of the dose. Take them with your largest meal of the day, the meal that has the most fat. For most people, that's dinner. The fat from your food helps your body absorb these vitamins efficiently. Magnesium, on the other hand, should be taken separately, at least an hour or two before bed, away from meals. This prevents it from interfering with calcium absorption from your food, and it maximizes the calming effect that helps you sleep. But here's what really matters. None of this works if you're not monitoring your levels. You can't just take these supplements and assume everything is fine. Calcium buildup is silent. Kidney decline is silent. Magnesium accumulation is silent until it becomes dangerous. You need follow-up blood work every 3 to 6 months. You need to see that your calcium isn't creeping up, that your kidney function isn't declining, that your magnesium levels are staying in the healthy range. This isn't optional. This is life or death important. Let me tell you about another patient. A 64-year-old man who came to see me for a routine checkup. He'd been taking magnesium, D3, and K2 for 2 years based on advice from a health blog. He felt great. He had more energy. His mood was better. He was sleeping well. He thought the supplements were working perfectly. But when I ran his blood work, his calcium was dangerously elevated. His coronary artery calcium score, which measures calcification in the arteries of your heart, was through the roof. He was on track for a major heart attack within the next few years, and he had no idea because he felt fine. We immediately adjusted his supplement protocol, reduced his D3, increased his K2, spaced out his timing, added in more magnesium-rich foods, and reduced his supplement dose. 6 months later, his calcium levels normalized. His arterial calcification stopped progressing. He avoided what could have been a fatal heart attack, all because we caught it with blood work before symptoms appeared. Here's something else you need to understand. Supplements are meant to supplement a healthy diet. They're not meant to replace it. If you're eating magnesium-rich foods like leafy greens, nuts, seeds, and whole grains, you're already getting significant magnesium from your diet. Adding a high-dose supplement on top of that can easily push you into excess. Same with calcium. If you're eating dairy, leafy greens, and fortified foods, you're already getting plenty of calcium. When you add high-dose D3 that increases calcium absorption even more, you can quickly end up with too much. The idea that more is always better is one of the most dangerous myths in the supplement industry. Your body doesn't work that way. There's an optimal range for every nutrient. Too little is bad, but too much is also bad. Sometimes too much is worse than too little. This is especially true after 60 when your body's ability to regulate and excrete nutrients declines, when your kidneys slow down, when your metabolism changes, when you're on multiple medications that interact with nutrients. You can't approach supplementation the same way you did when you were 30. Your body is different now. It requires a different strategy. Here's what I want you to do right now. Today, before you take another dose, call your doctor, schedule blood work, get your magnesium, vitamin D, calcium, and kidney function tested. Get a baseline so you know where you're starting from. If you're already taking these supplements and you're experiencing any symptoms, nausea, mental fog, muscle weakness, irregular heartbeat, unusual fatigue, stop taking them immediately and see your doctor. These could be early warning signs that your levels are getting too high. If your blood work comes back normal and your doctor confirms these supplements are safe for you, then follow the protocol I just outlined. Conservative doses, proper timing, regular monitoring, but do not assume you're fine just because you feel fine. Feeling fine is not the same as being fine. The most dangerous health problems are the ones that develop silently while you feel perfectly normal. That's how people end up with heart attacks, strokes, kidney failure. They felt fine right up until the moment everything fell apart. Don't let that be you. You deserve better. You deserve to know the truth about what's happening inside your body. These 3 supplements, magnesium glycinate, vitamin D3, and K2, can be incredibly beneficial when used correctly. They can strengthen your bones, protect your heart, improve your sleep and mood. But when used incorrectly, when doses are too high, when timing is wrong, when monitoring doesn't happen, they can cause serious, potentially life-threatening problems. The difference between helpful and harmful is knowledge. Testing, monitoring, strategy. You now have that knowledge. The question is, what are you going to do with it? Are you going to keep taking these supplements blindly, hoping everything works out? Or are you going to take control, get tested, follow the protocol, protect yourself? Your life might literally depend on the choice you make today. Call your doctor, get your blood work, know your numbers. Your body is counting on you to make the right decision.